Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the September 2019 horoscope for you guys. I'm so excited for this video. September is going to be an amazing month. I already feel it. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how this works. So basically we have pile number 1, pile number 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can pause the video if you'd like to find out the pile that you're the most drawn to. You can pick based on just the cards up here or the crystals that are down here, whichever you find easiest. And if you guys want to know what these crystals are, we have pyrite, danbarite, labradorite. Oh, a lot of ites. I didn't even realize that. And then also this is peacock ore, and then this is aqua aura quartz. So take a moment to find the pile that you're the most drawn to, or which crystal you're the most drawn to, and pick your pile based on that. And once you're done picking your pile, you can scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp linked to your specific card, so you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for the month of September of 2019. So excited for this. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my channel. And without further ado, let's hop right into this video, starting now. All right, so my pyrite babies, pile number 1, let's find out what's happening for you guys in the month of September. Let's find out all the things that are gonna happen and go down for you guys. And without further ado, let's hop right into this reading, starting now. All right, so pile number 1, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the Tower, then we have the Hierophant, Starseed, and Oppression. And Oppression is basically the devil card in tarot, but in this certain deck, it is called Oppression. But just so you guys know, that's actually the devil card, but don't be scared of it. It's totally fine. But based on this, there's a lot of major arcana cards here. These are all major arcanas, and so the Starseed is also like a major arcana card, sort of, but in this deck, they have an extra few cards, and so all of this is like major arcana. So September is going to be a very major month for you guys, like kind of like life-changing stuff. You might not realize it at the time, but when you look back on this month of your life in September of 2019, you're going to look back at this month and realize that this month was a major turning point in your life, especially the fact that we have the tower here and a lot of these cards. Like the Tower, this is like a very life-changing type of moment where things tend to, like big things tend to either fall apart, or you might even be feeling this already, like something major is happening. Like there's a big shift happening for you guys in the month of September. With the Hierophant next, though, this is like kind of withdrawing, going within, and questioning your beliefs, questioning your current reality, kind of what you're currently going through. You might also have somebody guiding you at this time and helping you. You might have somebody that you seek out for guidance, and they kind of help you through this time of things shifting and changing. Like there's lots changing. So either some of you guys are going to be like getting out of a toxic relationship, especially when you have the devil right here, or you're going to be leaving behind an old habit, but that was a major influence on your life that you may or may not realize right now. So it's like there's some sort of thing that you're letting go of and changing. So again, it could be bad habits, it could be a toxic relationship, it could be changing your job, things just falling away. It's more of like unexpected news or unexpected things kind of happening and shifting your entire reality right now, and shifting your entire life into something completely new. Again, you are going to have help through this. This could be your spirit guides helping you through this. It could be an actual person helping you through this. It's also you gaining a ton of wisdom through this, especially with this Starseed. Like this is going to awaken you. It's almost like a reality check where you realize like what's going on and the life that you're currently living, and you just realize so much during a time like this. So this is going to be, again, majorly life-changing, and you may or may not realize it as it's happening, but when you look back down like a couple years from now, you're going to really see that this was a very prominent time for you. With this Oppression card, this is like you're going to be getting rid of negative things, getting rid of toxic things in your life, negative mindsets, telling yourself that you're not worthy, telling yourself that you're not good enough. You're going to finally have kind of like a rebirth in the month of September, but first it's going to feel like everything's falling apart, but it's falling apart because you didn't build it solidly the first time. Because when we have this Tower card, the Tower only falls over and crumbles because the foundation wasn't laid correctly in the first place. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been destroyed by the bad weather. So if there's something in your life that wasn't meant to be, or was only meant to be temporary, because everything is kind of meant to be, in my opinion, but this might have been something that was meant to be temporary, whether it's a bad habit, a person in your life, a job, or anything like that. This was meant to fall apart in order to teach you something, in order to push you into a better place. And it's kind of like, sometimes we experience some bad things in life, but they're only there because they push us into where we're supposed to be, and they teach us something, and they leave us with great knowledge and great strength and great knowledge, like I already said. So anyway, it leaves you with all that kind of stuff. And I think you're going to be learning so much from this, to the point where it's like you get almost enlightened from this type of experience. And it awakens you and who you really are. And you're actually going to find inspiration at the end of this with this starseed card. Like, I think you're going to leave this situation after this is all said and done with, and you're going to find inspiration from it. Like, there's something valuable coming from this situation that you might not see yet. The next couple cards that we have here is the Paradox card, the Warrior, and Ancestors. So with this Paradox, there's something happening right now that, like, it might seem weird, or it might seem like maybe people are looking at you and they don't understand your situation. They don't understand what you're going through. But they're going to see it later on. They're going to understand it later on. There might be something right now that seems different than what it really is. And I think you might discover in the month of September what's really going on. But you might have looked at it wrongly in the past. Like, there's some truth coming up, I feel like, in the month of September, like something you've been wondering, something that's been on your mind, that's been maybe bothering you in a certain way. I feel like you're going to finally see what's really been happening behind the scenes. I think it's going to come as a little bit of a shocker. And I think also with this Paradox card, I feel like you're going to look back on this time, even though this might seem like a hard time to go through. I feel like you're honestly going to look back on it and laugh. Like, with that Paradox card, in the future, you're going to look back at this time of your life and find like some kind of humor in it. And that might sound dark, but I don't mean that in a dark way at all. Like, sometimes like bad things happen, or we go through an embarrassing moment, or we go through something that's like, oh God, why did I make that choice or whatever? And it can seem like a really embarrassing or shitty moment at the time. But then sometimes when you look back on those moments in the future, you can laugh at it and be like, wow, that was like, why did I do that? That was such a silly time in my life. Oh my goodness. Or why was I even worried about that? Why was I so worried about this moment? Like, look at where I ended up. Now it's like a humorous time. You see it as more of a good time rather than a bad time. So I feel like that's what's going to happen for you. So just expect that to happen. Even if you're going through a hard time, just know that it's going to get better, and you're going to be able to look back on this time and just laugh about it, or at least have a better view of it. Then with this Warrior card, you're going to learn so much through this situation. I feel like it's going to build the strength that you're needing at this time in order to move into the area of your life that you want to be. So whether you're still trying to figure out who you are, or that you're trying to achieve a certain goal, this is going to give you the tools and the strength that you need in order to make those things happen. With this Ancestors card, I feel like you are clearing out past life karma at this time, clearing out something that's been brewing for a while, and it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you sprout into the real you. Again, she's growing from the ground, and she's really going to be like, this is like you sprouting from the earth and finally stepping into your trueness, stepping into your true power, stepping into your true soul, and growing more than ever before. We also have the card of Power here. And then we have the card of Jealousy. And so with these couple of cards, with this Power card, and especially with the Warrior here as well, it's like, I feel like you're going to find a lot of strength through going through this. And it'll be something maybe you haven't really experienced much of before, but I think you're going to find strength through this. And then also with this Jealousy card, there might be people that look at you and they don't understand your situation. There's, again, with this Paradox and this Jealousy card, which are so like the energy that I'm feeling from these two cards are very similar, even though they're not that similar with what they say or their meanings, but they're a little tied in together here, and I'm feeling like there's a strong connection between these. So people might be looking at you and they don't understand your situation. A lot of times when people are jealous of the other person, it's because they don't understand that person's situation. There's something that maybe they're viewing from the outside and they don't quite understand you. So again, watch out for some jealous people. Watch out for toxic things that are in your life that you need to get rid of. If there's people in your life that are very jealous of you or that you're very jealous of, maybe that's not like the best thing. And either you have to smooth that over, you need to figure out why, have talks about it, fix it, or let those people go out of your life if the situation calls for that. And then we have the Harmony card right here, and then we have Vision. And so with these cards, with this Harmony card and with this Vision card, again, I feel like you're going to have glimpses of like what's going on. I feel like you almost have an idea of what's going to happen. And with this Vision card, I also feel like you're going to be getting a lot of inspiration about what's going to be coming for your future and what you want to create in your future. We also have a 6 and a 6 right here, which is... 6s are all about harmony, and Vision is also creates a 6 with the 4 and the 2 there. So I feel like this is all about balancing out. Something's imbalanced right now, and I feel like that's why September is going to be kind of a month where things get changed up a lot, is because there's some sort of imbalance, and it's going to be rebalancing these certain things that they weren't steady to begin with. They were imbalanced to begin with, and so now it's finally the time of like just evening out the playing field and creating more harmony in your life for you. We also have the Scorpio card of I Transform. And so Scorpio is all about transformations. It's all about digging deep into your soul, getting rid of the toxic things, seeing the darker parts of it. So I feel like there's something in your life you're not seeing its influence, and this influence isn't good for you. And nothing's inherently bad or good, but this particular thing in your life that needs to be eradicated probably has a bit more of a negative influence based on where you're wanting to go in life. And so there's something that needs to leave your life, and I feel like you know it, you feel it. And so it's a time of transformation. It's a time of a death of the old self, whether that's toxic belief systems, toxic habits, toxic people, a job that wasn't meant for you, anything like this. It's time to transform out of those things and realize and illuminate the darkness so that you are aware of it, so that you can move past it and realize and understand that it's not good for you and it needs to be let go of. Then we also have Saturn, return of age. And so with Saturn, this is kind of like Saturn actually rules the devil. It rules Capricorn, which rules the devil card in tarot, and we do also have the devil card right underneath here. And so this is kind of like realizing the toxic things in your life, realizing who you are, what you want to be, and the person that you want to become and step into. And so there's lots going on here, and I think honestly, you're going to realize so much of that in the month of September, and I know I keep repeating that, but there's again like some sort of toxic thing going on in your life right now, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but at the same time, yeah, it's something that's not serving you, and that's why I say it's toxic, because it's not serving you. Everything has its purpose in this world and on this planet, but this is something that's not serving you, and it's holding you back, and it's restricting you, because Saturn's all about those restrictions. And so it's time that you're going to realize in the month of September to actually get rid of these things. And again, we have a 5 here, and 2 and a 3 equals a 5 as well. So there's lots of change happening in the month of September. Things are definitely going to be like flipping over, and unexpected change and unexpected news, unexpected things happening. Then we also have 16, ask your soul. And so this card, like, I think it's time to connect with your soul, connect with yourself. There might be, again, some alone time in the month of September for you where you're going to be asking yourself, okay, what do I really want in this world? Should I really let go of this thing? And you're probably going to come across the answer of yes, you should. And then it's like envisioning what you want to create, because these cards look very similar to me, and I feel like they're very connected. And what I'm seeing here is that you're going to come across some enlightened knowledge through this situation, and you're really going to be discovering who you are and what you really want to create in this world and in your life. And then our last card here is the Peacock Spirit, let it shine. And so through this happening for you, somehow you're going to embody your true nature, your true self, and you're going to realize what you really want to create on this planet And it'll be time to finally let your soul shine, let your passions shine, let the positivity and the love start shining from your soul. And it's going to put you in a way better state than what you're currently in. You're literally going to look back at this moment and be like, I'm so glad I went through this, because it put you in such a better place. And so don't be scared when you're going through these things in the month of September. This is all happening for you to step into the best scenario possible for you. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 2, my Dan Bright pile. This is your reading for the month of September of 2019. So without further ado, let's hop right into your guys' reading, starting now. All right, so pile number 2, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the 3 of crystals, then we have the Queen of crystals, which is basically pentacles, 7 of crystals, and the 8 of swords right here. So with the 3 of pentacles, this card is like getting together with people, offering some sort of offering your efforts, offering your knowledge, offering your skills, your expertise, coming together in like a group setting. So this could be talking about work, like or even school if you guys are still in school, like doing some group project work, or doing something in work where you're coming in and offering your skill set, or maybe you're getting a new contract if you are a freelancer where you're working with new people. Anything along the lines of this. It can also be with friends and starting something all together and thinking of stuff, or just helping each other out. It could be having a friend that needs help, or you needing help and getting help from a friend this month with some kind of something that's going on in your life. Again, it's a general reading, so find out how that might apply to you this month. But it's just, again, people coming together to offering their skills and sharing different ideas and skills and working and helping each other and supporting one another. So again, that can deal with friends, it could deal with work or with school. Then with the Queen of Pentacles right here, this is kind of like you just feeling productive this month. There's lots going on, and I think it's going to be quite a productive month for you guys. I feel like you might be on top of your game, feeling really organized, feeling like things are finally going as planned. And I feel like it's a big planning month, again, with the 7 of Pentacles right beside this. It's like dreaming about, okay, what do I want in the future? How am I going to create this? And it's finally planting those seeds and planting those ideas. And it's coming up with these ideas, maybe getting advice from other people about these certain ideas that you're wanting to do, and finally implementing them, practicing them, really getting down with your productive side of yourself and feeling like things are finally moving forward. Again, I feel like it's a big planning month. And we do start off the month of September in the sign of Virgo. And so this is a very planning-esque time. And so things are going to start to feel like they're becoming more organized. They're becoming something like ideas are being utilized, and they're finally coming to fruition. They're on the beginning side of coming into fruition. Then we also end this pile, though, with the 8 of Swords. And so you're closing yourself off from something, whether that's relationships. This also could be people trying to give you advice for what you're trying to do in life. There could be something that you are embarking on, like an idea that you're starting or thinking about doing, and then people might be coming in and trying to give you advice, but you might be closed off because you're like, no, I'm set in my ideas, I'm set in my ways already, and I don't want anyone's advice, I don't want anyone's opinions of what I'm about to do. So it could also be talking about that kind of energy as well, and you kind of just wanting to do it on your own. I feel like some of you guys might block out the help, though this also could be coming in multiple different ways. So either you guys are blocking out some of this help that's trying to come in, or you guys are blocking out something, ignoring something, and just diving deep into work or school as a distraction from something that, sorry, I hit the camera, but something that you guys don't want to deal with, or something you guys don't want to face. Or maybe you feel stuck in work. You feel like maybe you've gotten to a plateau and it's time to think about new creative ideas to get to the next level. Or maybe you've hit a plateau in something where you're not sure how to exceed from here. So you might be working with other people, coming up with some ideas and planning some ideas that can excel you further, but somehow there's some sort of stuck feeling. Or maybe it's like you wish you were farther on than you are right now. All these different kinds of feelings can be coming up. Or maybe you might feel like you don't have time for certain things that you wish you had time for. But again, there's some sort of feeling like you're feeling trapped into something that you really want to get out of and you really want to change up in your life. But I feel like it's going to change for you guys. But let's see what these next cards have to say. So we have Sacred Sexuality right here. Then we have Dare to Dream, and then we have the Explorer. So these are all really good cards to have. These are all really positive. So with Sacred Sexuality, I feel like there could be somebody, and with this Three of Pentacles right here, there might be somebody that you meet in the workplace or at school, or that you meet somewhere while you're out. But whenever Sacred Sexuality comes up, there might be somebody coming into your life, again, if you're of age, and there might be some more kind of like romantic experiences happening in the month of September for you guys, some romance blossoming for you guys. This also could be linked to creativity as well, because a lot of times the sexual energy is creative energy, because we do create life with that energy. So it's a very creative type of energy. And this is also talking about the creativity with planning some work ideas, some things that you might want to do, taking on new contracts and work, or doing things at school that require your creative energy. So it could be talking about that as well. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, there will be a new romantic experience blossoming, and it'll be kind of different than what you've currently experienced. And maybe some of you guys are kind of closed down and just thinking about work in the month of September, and you might be feeling stuck or restricting yourself from some type of romantic experience that might be coming up. Somebody might be wanting to court you in some type of way, and you might be trying to close yourself off and trying to just focus on work, but there's going to be a little bit of a distraction that might come along, or try to come along at least, and it might be a person trying to take you out on a date, trying to, woo you a little bit. We also have this Dare to Dream card, and so I feel like you are on a really creative month where lots can be happening, lots of ideas are flowing, and you want to move forward, you want to push forward. But again, I feel like there's some distractions that might be coming up that might take you a little bit on a variety of a path in the month of September. Maybe you're going to enter September in this Virgo energy and be like, okay, it's time to just push forward in all of my dreams, get all of this stuff done that I want to. But again, there could be some exploration happening. And it could help you in your creativity. And somebody might be coming into your life that actually inspires you to be a bit more creative, or inspires you with some certain ideas, especially with this Dare to Dream card as well. Like, definitely some more creative ideas are coming in, ways to make more money, ways to excel yourself. And it could be because of this person coming into your life, or it just could be a side thing, as well as some romantic energy blossoming in the month of September for you guys. But again, I feel like you're going to explore like a multitude of different things. You also might be exploring your heart and your feelings for this person, because we do have the heart below this card right here in the Explorer, and that's really standing out to me right now. So I feel like somebody might sweep you up in the month of September and kind of distract you a little bit. We also have the card of Transformation, and then the card of Protection. And so while we're on the sexual subject really quickly, if you guys do end up being romantic with somebody in the month of September, the fact that the Protection card comes up speaks for itself. But also, I feel like with this Transformation card, you guys are going to be going through a lot in the month of September. There's something that's like you're going to be completing old things, wanting to move upscale to new levels, do new things, and upscale yourself in some type of way. You might be making some big purchases as well when we have the diamond that's right here. So you might be trying to upscale yourself in a certain way, explore new ways of like wanting to renew yourself, wanting to explore different realms of yourself, and upgrade materially. This is a very material month with all the material pentacle cards that we have right here. So again, lots of transformation. You might be transforming yourself in some type of way. But again, I feel like there's that somebody's coming into your life. I'm really feeling like that right now. The next couple cards that we have is the Flow card. And we also have Pleasure. So again, with Pleasure coming out right beside this Protection card, and then the fact that we also have Sacred Sexuality. So pleasure. September's a month of pleasure. So accept allow some new pleasure to come in. The fact that we have a lot of orange in this pile as well. There's the orange sun rising. We have orange right here. This deals with the sacral chakra, which is all about relationships. And so you guys might be entering a new relationship or getting a bit more romantic with your current partner. There's lots of pleasure to be had, lots of things happening. The flow is really good. I feel like there's a lot of flow, but again, there's this feeling of being kind of stuck in some sort of area of your life. And you might be breaking down that stuck feeling in the month of September and finally moving past that. And then the fact that the next card that we have, guys, is Venus of Love. So definitely in the month of September, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be asked out on a date, being pursued by another person. Maybe you're going to find somebody that you really want to pursue, or just deepening a love connection with a current partner. But I feel like it's a very sexual month. There's a lot of romance in that type of area for you guys. We also have Chiron of healing. So I feel like this person might also offer a lot of healing from you. Maybe in the past you might have been hurt for something, you might be closed down about something, which is why we have the Eight of Swords. So you might be closed off to love, but this person might open you up. And it's going to transform you from your old beliefs into a new belief about love and about the past, your past views of love, your past hurts. It's going to kind of like heal. This person coming into your life might heal a lot of that, and it might nourish your soul in ways that you've needed to be nourished as well with this card that we have next. And you might be really wanting to take care of yourself, wanting to eat healthy, wanting to transform your life in a very positive way, go with the flow, experience pleasures of life while nourishing your soul with the pleasure that you've needed, the creativity that you've needed. And then we also have the ant spirit, time to collaborate. Again, that reminds me of somebody coming into your life. It also reminds me of the work thing that we were talking about earlier. You might be collaborating with other people, or you might be taking on new contracts. You might be collaborating in school with other people or with friends, kind of bouncing back certain ideas for creativity and all that kind of stuff, or collaborating with a new romantic partner, if that makes sense. But again, remember that protection card, especially when it's beside that pleasure card, because sometimes we can get lost in the pleasures of things without thinking and being smart about it. But you guys will be smart about it. I have full faith in you guys. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys in the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, pile number 2. If you did, don't forget to give me a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 3, my Labradorite pile. This is your reading for the month of September of 2019. Let's find out what's going to happen with you guys in this month, starting now. All right, so pile number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the 5 of Crystals, which is the Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, Temperance, and Strength. And so immediately when I'm looking at this 5 of Crystals or 5 of Pentacles right here, this is like feeling, I feel like you guys are feeling separate from something in the month of September. This Temperance card kind of occasionally resembles distance from something, and with this 5 of Crystals, it kind of is feeling like left out. So you might feel distanced from something that you're desiring. So there's something where you might feel a lack of fulfillment. You might feel like you're separate from something that makes you feel fulfilled. But I feel like you're going to be actually, with this Queen of Cups and then the Temperance, this is also like you're going to find ways to distract yourself, or you're going to find ways to fulfill yourself without this thing that you're normally desiring. Or, you know, it might be like a future goal that maybe you feel like you're not there quite yet, or you feel you're definitely aware of the distance between you and your goals and you and your dreams, or you're feeling the distance between you and a loved one, or you're feeling the distance between you and something that fulfills a part of you. But again, with this Queen of Cups and this Temperance, I feel like somehow you're going to be filling it with something else during this month, or you're going to find a way to distract yourself and fulfill this side of you. And again, if this is talking about patience with strength at the end here, this is like patience, calm those desires within, feed the beast with something else meanwhile, feed the hunger with something else, feed the desire with other things at this time, or just slowly feed it and just have the patience and know that you're on the path of getting there. Temperance always reminds us that we're on the path of getting there, but at the moment it's like mixing two things that might not seem like they belong, but it's mixing them anyway, finding out how to do something that's impossible and figuring out how to do something that's impossible. But it reminds us of patience with this Strength card. It's like knowing that this is something that's going to take a little bit of time to fully achieve, to fully do. It's going to take some time to figure out how to mix oil and water. But once you get that ingredient, once you find that missing ingredient, everything feels fulfilled at that time. The next couple cards that we have is Shadow, then we have the Creator, and then we have Get Creative. So this is very interesting what we have coming out here. So with Shadow, this is kind of like, there's again something that doesn't feel fulfilled, because we have the colored bat and then the non-colored bat and then the sleeping bat. So there's part of you that's like, you know, it can't be satisfied quite yet. And that's why it feels like a shadow, because it's not yet illuminated. It's not yet fulfilled. It's not yet filled at all. And so there's part of you that might feel unfulfilled or something like this, but this is about getting creative. You are the creator of your reality. So what do you want to go towards? What do you want to fly towards? What do you want to put your energy towards? Meanwhile, sure that this thing can't be fulfilled quite yet. We are in a universe that is ruled by time, and sometimes we have to wait for things, and it kind of sucks. But this is kind of like reminding you that in the month of September, it's time to get creative and realize that you are the creator of your reality, and you can fill up your time with something else meanwhile. Meanwhile, while you're on the path to attaining this goal of yours, you can be creative meanwhile and do things meanwhile while you're on the journey and on the path to your end goal. So it's time to get creative. You are the creator of your reality. What do you want to do meanwhile? Life is a lot about the journey, and so the month of September is kind of like a journeying month for you on the way to your goal. And what do you want to do with that time meanwhile? How can you be productive? How can you be fulfilled meanwhile while you're on this path? Then we also have the Death card, and then we also have Past Life. And so with the Death card, this is all about transformation. And this is about blossoming some new ideas. I see a flower blossoming here and also in the Get Creative card. And so something new, some new ideas are going to come to you. A death of the old self. You're finally going to maybe switch paths, become on a new path. There might be something that you're letting go of in the past, especially when we have this Past Life card. There's something that you might be letting go of and finally realizing, okay, I need to move on into some new, fresher waters. It's time to get creative. What do I want my life to now look like? There might be something that is in your past that might be, it's time to finally let go of it in the month of September. It's finally time to just say, okay, that part might not ever be fulfilled. Again, it's a general reading, so it can go two different ways. There might be a side of you that desires to be fulfilled and you're on the path to attainment. Also, for a lot of you, I feel like there's something in the past that's finally time to let go of it. It's already done. You've already squeezed the last drop of this lemon, and it's time to move on. So there's lots of different angles that you can look at this, and it's time to finally blossom that new flower. Get creative. What's the new thing that you want to create in your life? And it's better than what was previous. There's more juice in this lemon, in this next lemon, to be squeezed, rather than the old lemon that's kind of dried up and moldy by now. It's like finally, it's like time to let go of that lemon. I know you're attached to it, but it's time to let it go. It's getting rotten by this time. It's finally time to transform that lemon and just put it in the compost. Let it do its thing, so that it can transform into something new. So that's what I'm seeing there. And the next couple cards that we have is Conceive and then Bless. So it is time to think up some new creative ideas. Usually conception, if we're talking about the other type of conception. So this, don't take this literally. This is a metaphor that I'm going to be giving you guys. Normally in sexual activities, they can call, the climax a little death. And I think that's what they call it in French. It's called la petite something. But anyway, it's like the little death. And so through that, you can conceive and birth a new thing. So from the death of one thing, from experiencing a small death, you then conceive and birth a new thing. So again, this is a metaphor. So through letting go of the past, you can then be the creator and get creative about what you want to create in your future. Now it's time to conceive some new ideas. What would your ultimate dream life be? If you forget about the past, completely let that go. What's this new thing that you want to head towards? And then with this Bless card, this is like you're being blessed in the month of September with the letting go of something old and being blessed with something new. It's time to create. Use that creative energy. I feel like there's a lot of creative energy within you guys in the month of September, and it's time to utilize those things. We also have Mars of Force, and then we have Yod of Destiny. And so some things Don't force anything at this time. Maybe there's some things that do need to be forced. Maybe you need to force yourself to move on from certain things and let go of certain things. But then also with this yacht of destiny, this is literally something that's meant to be. And so you need to realize that this was meant to be. It seems like September for like pretty much every pile so far, it's a very destined month. It's a destiny crossing month for the collective, for everyone on this planet, on this universe. This is a time of stepping into your destiny and a lot of things changing for a lot of people. And so some things are going to feel like, and Mars is a very action type of planet. And so it makes sense why it would show up in this pile when we have the creator and get creative. Like Mars is a very creative planet, yes, but it's the one that initiates. It's the one that, once you conceive an idea, Mars is the one that pushes it through and says, okay, let's just jump in. We're going to do it. And so it's time to get creative, think about these certain things, and just hop right into that creativity. Enjoy the change, because it's also with the number 5 right here. So this is about accepting the change that's happening and just being like, okay, how am I going to jump into this new life that's being kind of almost forced or put upon you? And it's part of your destiny is going through this. It's part of what you're supposed to be going through. So just remember that through all of this. We also have let your light shine. So it's time to, once you're getting creative, once you're doing all these things, once you're imagining this new life, conceiving these new ideas, letting the past go, allow the light to shine. Because with this shadow, there's a bunch of bats that are in the background that are kind of dark, and they're the shadow bats, and then there's you that's illuminated. So what do you want to live your life from? Do you want to be the bat that's in the shadow, or do you want to be the bat that's right there letting the light shine, enjoying the creative process, allowing all this to happen? I also feel like the one thing that you're letting go of with this past life card is past life karma. September for this year, September of 2019, for basically everyone, is about letting go of some past life karma, dealing with some karmic stuff, letting old stuff go. And it's finally like stepping into letting your light shine, be the illuminated version of you, allow your light to shine. And then our last song, the last card, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. So be you, step into you, don't focus on other people, don't focus on other things, focus on you, your goals, be on that path to your goals. There's something that, again, you might feel distanced from. You might feel like it's removed. You might feel like a lack of fulfillment, but it's time to get creative and create that fulfillment for you. Conceive of some new ideas to be fulfilled. What is going to fill your soul, and sing that song. And it's your own song. It has nothing to do with the with your past. It doesn't need to deal with that. This is something brand new. This is starting a new path, starting a new life type of energy that is for you guys in the month of September, and it's heading towards something. Again, you might feel distance from something during the month of September, but it's time to get creative and fulfill yourself anyway. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 3 for the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 4, my peacock or pile. This is your reading for the month of September of 2019. So without further ado, let's hop right into this reading, starting now. All right, so pile number 4, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. We start off with the Page of Swords. We have the Empress, Justice, and the Six of Wands right here. And so when we have this Page of Swords, this can talk about a little bit about gossip. So sometimes the Page of Swords can talk about some gossip happening around. Maybe it's like you gossiping or people talking about you, or it's kind of like, usually it has a bit of a negative connotation. Usually it's not the most most productive talk that's happening. Usually the page is kind of like more immature type of like talking about other people talking about you in some type of way. With the Empress though, this is like, this is kind of stepping into like this is birthing a new idea, birthing some new stuff. But it might come from, or it might be stemmed from, somehow it's stemmed from the Page of Swords, which is kind of usually gossipy. This can also be like thinking about new ideas as well. So I'm also feeling like there might be a little bit of gossip happening, but beside the Empress, this is also like thinking of some new ideas, being a little bit creative in your mind and your thoughts, and you might actually do something with it. But also, This can be a little bit about, especially by the Justice. This is like, this Page of Swords energy, whether somebody's gossiping about you, anything like that, something will be justified, or the truth will be kind of birthed and come out, or somehow it's kind of like moving past it. Because the Empress, she's not a gossipy kind of girl. She doesn't delve into that at all. She just moves on with her life. She just gets going. She likes to care about people. So this could be realizing, you know, dealing with some unfairness with a beautiful, caring, nurturing manner. And that'll be kind of like the best way to go about it, instead of also falling into gossipy patterns or falling into rumors. You know, a lot of us deal with rumors with the initial knee-jerk reaction of, oh my gosh, how could this person say this about me? I don't feel good about this. And usually, you know, it kind of blows up into more stuff happening and more kind of drama, rather than, I feel like with this Empress card, this is kind of like dealing with it in a nurturing, caring, loving manner. And that will actually justify the situation and bring truth out and allow things to be settled and justified in a beautiful manner. So you might have to talk to some people that were either in your past or some people that you're currently involved with, and maybe justify a certain situation that's kind of brewing and happening, and kind of deal with it with love and care. Then we have the Six of Wands next. And this is kind of like coming out on top, like feeling really good and realizing that, you know, the past is in the past. It's time to lift each other up. The Empress, when she deals with things in a caring, nurturing manner, no matter what's going on around her, doing that in a nurturing, caring manner, all of a sudden, you're literally feeling on top. You're feeling good. You're feeling things were done in a proper way, and it's literally justified, but in the best way possible for everyone involved. And so I feel like some of that might happen for some of you guys in the month of September, like dealing with some kind of like some news that comes in. This can also be, it doesn't have to be gossip. This can also be news and information coming in. And it could even be news and information coming in about a pregnancy or about a new thing happening. The Empress can deal with pregnancies or weddings or news about your mother as well. It could be anything around that. But it doesn't have to be. So if that doesn't apply to you, again, it is a general reading. So I'm going to just throw out all the different options that could be here. This can also be some news or information coming in about a new idea, about a new thought or a new creative adventure or anything around that. And then with this Justice card, this is like balancing out, finally working out certain legal matters. It can be working out certain, like maybe it's like you guys are starting a new business and you need to maybe like get your business license all together, get files all together. This can also be about maybe justifying certain situations that are going on. But again, it's like you guys are coming out on top. There's this feeling of success at the end of the month of September. So maybe you guys are doing a new business adventure, doing a new creative adventure or venture, starting something new, or welcoming something new in your life, anything like that. But somehow it's like feeling on top. You guys also might be getting closer with your mother or doing some, you know, seeing your mother a lot in the month of September. It can be all these different things tied in. But again, it's like feeling really good after, feeling uplifted, feeling like, you know, being praised for something that you've done, feeling, again, just admired, feeling like this thing was done right. And if it's done right, it's and done in a very nurturing, loving manner, it's like somehow this creative venture is going to come out on top, or, you know, you're going to be looked at in a beautiful way, a beautiful light, going to be praised for your hard work about starting this new venture and it all working out really well. We also have the card here of Reflect. Then we have Ask Body. And then we have Soul Work. So again, for a lot of you guys, I feel like definitely some soul work is happening, starting maybe a new business, anything like that, pollinating certain ideas. So this is like the bee that, you know, obviously brings the pollen to the flowers, growing some new things, growing new ideas. And you are kind of almost like the worker bee, doing a lot in the month of September, starting new things and being like the conduit, being like the initiator of some certain things. But again, it will have to there's certain knots that need to be worked out. And I think you just have to ask your intuition with this Ask Body card. This is like, reflect on the situation, especially if there's a gossipy thing happening for you guys. Reflect on the situation. Really think about what's going on. Ask your soul. Ask your gut. Ask your intuition. What does this really feel like? And I think there's going to be a lot of reflection that needs to be done in the month of September for a lot of you guys, especially around talking, around certain things being shared when we have these two birds that come together. So this could be like sharing ideas, sharing certain things, following your intuition on starting this new business, following your intuition on starting a new creative venture, following your intuition on anything surrounding anything going on, any like talks happening between certain people, any rumors that you might be hearing. Reflect on them. Ask yourself what's the best way to handle this, and listen to your soul and allow your soul to guide you through this. But again, it doesn't have to be gossip for everybody. I'm just saying that for some of you guys, but also kind of like maybe some new business ventures happening for a lot of you guys as well. This right here is the air card, and then we also have water. So we have two elements right here. So this is really interesting. With this air card, again, this is conversations, thinking, talking, lots of talking happening. So again, it kind of correlates with the gossipy type of thing. I feel like some of that might happen for some of you. But it doesn't have to happen for all of you. This, again, is just a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, thinking about how you want a business to go, a lot of creativity, but happening logically, mentally at the moment. It's more of figuring out the mental side of it and then initiating it, following your gut, following your creativity, following these creative ideas, these creative sparks. Again, this is a very nurturing card. So again, deal with anything that pops up this month with a loving, caring nature about you. Follow your intuition as well. Water deals a lot with intuition. It's very reflect based on your thoughts and what you see in the reflection. Again, water, you can always look at your reflection in the water. It's a very reflective type of card, listening to your inner emotions, your inner feelings. Again, something like that. So follow your gut, go with the flow. Water always reminds us, go with the flow. Don't ever go upstream, because swimming upstream can be very difficult. This is, again, going with the flow, following what the universe is setting out for you. Then we also have the card here of divine guidance. So divine guidance, go with the flow. Again, that just talks about definitely listen to your inner self. We also have cosmos. So again, listening to your intuition, following with the flow. With the cosmos card, this is also something that's like, it's divinely playing out. Whatever's playing out, whether it's gossip or starting that new business or starting these new creative ideas, this is something that is divinely guided. And I think that this is something that's kind of like destined. Again, it's like almost all of these piles so far deal a lot with destiny, and a lot of the cards are speaking about destiny for the month of September for almost everyone. The next couple cards that we have is Grand Cross Provoker and then Capricorn I Use. So the Grand Cross Provoker, you might notice that either friends in your close circle or you yourself ends up provoking some certain things. Either you're provoking the beginning and starting of this new business, this new creative idea, and provoking that, or it's like provoking some sort of gossip or some sort of talks. There's something around this happening. And again, just reflect on this. Listen to your intuition before acting. And then act. And then with this Capricorn card, this is time to finally like put your ideas to work. Capricorn deals a lot with finishing projects, starting new businesses, things like that. So when I was talking about starting a new business, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to finally begin this like creative project that you guys have been thinking about for a while. And it's time to finally focus on that, create these ideas. You might need to like, again, listen to your intuition, but with Capricorn I Use, usually you'll want to do it yourself. Like this is you doing it kind of yourself, but utilizing some resources that are around you, utilizing material things. So there's certain material aspects to this as well. But I think you guys are going to come across those very easily. And it's a time, I feel like in September for you guys, this is a time of like the beginning of like a new creative adventure, business-wise, creatively, and stuff like that. We also have whispers. This correlates a lot, again, to all of the gossipy type of things. So again, I feel like there's a lot of like There might be a lot of drama happening either in your friend group or family life. There's kind of some gossipy stuff happening in the month of September. Definitely these cards are reiterating that. But just, listen to it and then allow yourself to reflect before acting on anything. Allow yourself time to think about it, listen to your emotions before acting. And then next we have this cat spirit, claim your independence. And so with this, it's like, just focus on you. Don't focus on the rumors, don't focus on things outside of that. If you feel called to take a certain action and you feel it and you feel like it's divinely guided, you feel like, this is a time where I need to work these things out, be confident with your choices. Claim your independence. This is time to focus on you, especially business-wise. Claim your independence. This is definitely doing your own business, listening to your own gut instincts, listening to yourself, not listening to others at this time. If people want to give you certain advices and all this kind of stuff and you're feeling it's not really resonating with you, claim your independence, be you, do what feels right for you. And I think that's the biggest thing, is listening to your inner voice this month of September to find out what you should do about all these different situations that are going to be popping up for you guys. And that's what I see for you guys. Pile number 4, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. All right, so our last pile number 5. This is the the Aqua Aura Quartz pile. So this is your September 2019 reading. Without further ado, let's hop right into this video. All right, so pile number 5, if you guys chose this pile, this is the Aqua Aura Quartz pile. This is your September 2019 monthly horoscope. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, starting now. All right, so pile number 5, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off this pile with the Knight of Cups, then we have the Page of Cups, Awakening, and then the Knight of Wands. So this can be an exciting month for you guys. Woo! I'm excited about this pile. So with the Knight of Cups, this can be getting asked out on a date, especially when it's beside the Page of Cups as well. This is definitely somebody probably coming into your life romantically, or if you're already romantically involved with somebody, this is having a lot of romance popping up in your life in the month of September, doing a lot of new things, sparking up that romance again, or somebody new coming into your life. This can also be you deciding to be a little bit more creative, deciding to change things up with yourself, with your looks, deciding to do something a little bit different. Again, this also beside this Awakening card, this is kind of ending old things and stepping into a new phase, feeling new, refreshing yourself in some sort of new way. I'm really feeling the word refreshing yourself. So maybe you're kind of bored with, your old clothes or the way that you always do your hair or something like this, and you're gonna just, want to just pop into a new way of doing things, and just total refresh, total revamp of yourself. With this Knight of Wands, this is kind of a spontaneous idea. I feel like you're going to feel this spontaneously in the month of September, just being okay, it's time to refresh something, it's time to do something a little bit different, do something a little bit new. Again, with the Knight of Wands as well, this can also be moving as well. So for some of you guys who picked this pile, you might be moving in the month of September, moving somewhere new, or deciding spontaneously to go on a trip somewhere, especially when it's beside the Awakening card. This is kind of refreshing the version of you and deciding to do something a little bit different, kind of reflecting on the old self and coming into a new state of being, wanting to, renew yourself, basically. And so I feel like there's a lot of new opportunities coming in the month of September for you guys. Again, new love entering, wanting to change yourself up, this new energy, wanting to move yourself into a new energy, letting go of the old self, shedding the old skin, stepping into a brand new version of you. I feel like it's definitely a renewal. This is total a refresh, renewal of the self, new things popping up for you guys. Then we also have the Love card right here, of course, and it's coming out right beside all of these cups. So again, I feel like a lot of you guys might have this new person that comes into your life. It could be a friendship, or it could be romantic. Or it could be just deepening the romance that you have currently with somebody, feeling these new, way deeper feelings with somebody. Then we also have this Boundaries card right here. And so this can be I'm feeling this is shedding the old skin, but it might be you might flip back and forth again between the new self and the old self. And it's kind of pushing the boundaries of what you currently know, because you might have like thought things were going to turn out a certain way, and the old self might come up once in a while, like saying like, hey, like I had this vision that we were going to do this, but now I'm completely feeling like a new person. I shed that old skin and I feel like completely being a new person, and trying out different things, and your values might be changing. And so it's pushing the boundaries of what you currently know, what you currently do, and stepping into this new self, this more spontaneous self, this newer energy that's coming in, and feeling like, definitely like the shedding of the old skin, and stepping into somebody new. But it might be definitely pushing your boundaries a little bit than what you're used to. Then we also have the card here of surrender. And so with all of this new energy, I feel like you're going to really step into embodying like a new self, and you might have to really surrender your old values, your old belief systems. And it's, again, pushing those boundaries and just surrendering to the fact that life is just pushing you on this new inspirational journey, and you're going somewhere new. So that's all really exciting stuff. And then we also have the card here of guides, and then divine feminine. And so with this guides card, this is like, you're just going with the flow. Like the universe is really bringing you in this direction, especially when we see these waves. It kind of reminds me of the Aquarius symbol as well, but like this is kind of like these waves just pushing you, and you're being guided in this new direction and going with the flow, especially with all these water cards right here. Like this is like the waves are bringing you somewhere new in the month of September. Like the universe is literally bringing you somewhere new. And as long as you just go with the flow of it, this is going to be really nice. Especially just surrender, go with the flow. Again, it's going to be pushing your boundaries. It's going to be pushing what you currently know, what you currently believe, but just surrender to it, because you're meant to go here. You're meant to flow in this direction, and experience these new emotions, experience this new self that's kind of like coming up. And we have this divine feminine card right here as well. And so this is like really embodying kind of like a lot of this new water type of energy. I'm seeing a lot of water, and feminine really connects to the water type of energy. And I'm seeing water over here. These cups are water. This is like new emotions that are popping up. This is like awakening your heart a little bit deeper, awakening the more caring, more nurturing side of yourself, the more creative side of yourself as well, because feminine energy deals a lot with creativity, whereas masculine energy deals a bit more with the initiation and the drive and the motivation, whereas feminine is like the creative feelings, the creative ideas, and thinking about things, also the nurturing side, and like all that kind of stuff. And so it's awakening those deeper, more creative sides of you, and you might want to just step into a more like, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow of this. I'm going to listen to the universe. I'm just going to allow this to happen, and it's going to push a lot of your boundaries that you used to have on yourself, and push you out of your shell, push you out of your comfort zone. But it'll be really nice, especially if you surrender to it. It'll help you explore, for one thing. But you might also notice a little bit of resistance with that card coming up here. So it might be hard at first for you to surrender to this, because it might, again, be pushing your boundaries a lot. Something new, and allowing this new creative energy and this spontaneity coming into your life. I really don't know how to pronounce that word. But anyway, this is, again, pushing those boundaries and feeling new things, and wanting to go with it, wanting to surrender. But again, there might be some resistance here. And you might be feeling like that old self coming back with these boundaries, and your old self being like, oh, but should I really be doing this? Am I doing this properly? Like this isn't how I envisioned it. All of a sudden, you're either going to be moving too fast in one direction, or you're going to feel like, things are happening really quickly for you, especially with this Knight of Wands card. This is stuff that's happening really quick. So you might notice that some resistance pops up, especially when you feel those boundaries being pushed. But again, the universe and your guides are just saying like, hey, just surrender to this energy and allow it, because it's happening. It's going to help you explore new things, new love, new creative outlets, new creative ideas. Again, new creation just popping up everywhere. Then we also have the Leo card of I will, and then the Taurus card of I have. And so with this Leo card, this is stepping into the self. So again, you might be changing up the way that you look, especially with all of the stuff that I was saying earlier, and then the fact that we have Leo popping up. This could be changing up your hair, changing up the way that you look, exploring yourself a little bit more, realizing who you really are, stepping into yourself a little bit more, being a little bit more confident. And then also allowing a lot more. Leos are pretty spontaneous, but they're also a very fixed sign. So it's like still keeping certain boundaries, but pushing those boundaries a little bit more, allowing for a little bit more spontaneous energy, allowing for a bit more creative energy. Definitely a lot of creation. So much creation in the month of September for you guys. Also, you might be expanding on what you have, or expanding yourself in certain ways. Again, this could be changing up your looks, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is all about beauty. So it's changing up something about yourself, being very creative, allowing a bit more love in your life. This is also talking about the material world for you, might be changing a little bit. So again, you might be moving in the month of September when we have the Knight of Wands and then the Taurus card as well. This could be moving, changing things up materially, being a little bit spontaneous. We also have the card of variance right here. So variety, adding a bit more spice to your life. Spice is going to be added for you guys, pile number 5, in the month of September. It's funny you guys are pile 5, and then we also have Leo, which rules the 5th house in astrology of creativity. So it's a very creative month for you guys. We're going to be changing up a lot of different things, stepping into a new version of yourself with this variance card. Adding a bit, like, you're going to experience so much in the month of September that is outside of your normal comfort zone. Again, you might feel some resistance, you might feel those boundaries being touched, but just surrender to it and allow this variety and this spice to happen. And then we also have the spider spirit, make your dreams real. So the spider is the weaver of the webs. And so you're weaving a new web. You're literally making a new, a new home for one thing, because a web is a spider's home. Making a new foundation for yourself, being creative. Spiders are always very creative. They do some divine geometry in their stuff. And so this is all about the creative energies flowing and creating something for your future that almost you didn't really see before, but now you kind of see it. Because sometimes when you walk into a spider web, you don't see it until it's like right in your face. So you've actually been maybe creating this for a while, but you didn't realize it until you hop into this, and everything's going to be happening at once. All this creative energy is happening at once. And you're going to be realizing that all these things are happening, and it's a lot of creative energy to make your dreams come real, and they are coming real for you in the month of September. But there might be some resistance because you're like, whoa, it's just happening all at once. And again, it's pushing those boundaries a little bit, exploring new things. Variety is coming up a lot. So definitely some new energy, some new experiences are happening for you in the month of September for you guys. That's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!